What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me for another video. It's going to be a vlog video. I know I haven't put out an official Achieve video in a while, like a tutorial or something. Apologize for that. Half of it has been me kind of relaxing and just playing video games, and half of it has me been working my butt off trying to study for this test, which is what this video is about. I finally finished my CCNA Security certification exam. Finally passed it, and here is the beautiful paper detailing my pass. I got 895 out of 860, so it's a good margin, I think. And I kind of feel bad that I didn't pass it on my second attempt because I felt so confident about it, but you know, stuff happens sometimes. I guess I just wasn't completely ready for it. I just, needed a little bit more review or something. I don't feel like I really knew, the questions on the test any better than I did the first time, really. I don't know. I had the same level of confidence as I did on the second attempt. And I don't know, I ate a good breakfast, which I didn't do the first retake. Maybe that was the magic bullet, but I finished it this time around. Happy to finally have that under my belt. And here are my two fails. So the first time I took it, I was completely just not ready, I guess. Although I was only a couple of points away from actually passing it, but I was just really struggling on every single question, really having to think hard, not really knowing, what the clear answer was. Second time around, I was very confident, very happy, and I clicked, end exam, and then it said fail, and I was just completely blown away. And I'm not gonna be dramatic and say, oh my gosh, that almost broke me, I almost gave up. Like, no, I was mad for a good 30 minutes, and I called my wife and everything, and I was just really pissed off, and I was like, I want to quit school, I'm tired of this, I can't do it. Really, I knew I would be able to retake it and pass it eventually, and I wasn't going to give up on school or anything, but it was just that moment of like, oh my god, why can't I just get this done? I was so ready for it, but that's okay, it happens. So it's just persistence is, of course, something I preach a lot about. You just got to stick through it, man. That's how you get to success, is through going through all the failures, because you really learn what doesn't work a million times. And once you have all that information in your head, you're able to snipe that one time that you will succeed. And that's kind of what happened here. First time around was a complete wash, where I was just very insecure, very unsure of my answers. I got blindsided with a couple of topics, failed it. Second time was the complete opposite. I was way overconfident. I thought I knew what I was doing. And there were a couple concepts where I was a little bit too confident on, and I kind of just, clicked the first few answers that looked right, and I guess I didn't read well enough. And then the third time, I was more of at a neutral place, where I realized, it didn't work this way, it didn't work that way. Let's meet in the middle of what's going to work. I reviewed the few concepts and topics that I really didn't know 100%, but that I thought I would be able to pass with, at least with the knowledge that I had, and I brought them up to 100%, I think. And so I got it done. I'm very happy to be done with it. Next up for me is Project Plus, because I'm of course still in school. I'm doing Western Governors University, their IT security track. Which they actually don't even offer anymore. They actually changed it over to cybersecurity, which is different certifications, and it's a different track. I didn't want to change over because it would cause me to lose a lot of my credits already. Plus, the IT security track that they no longer offer actually has more technically focused certifications, like CCNA. To my recollection, the new ones, they don't even have CCNA at all. It's more like managerial and, security focused kind of stuff. And I think CCNA Security have been so great to learn about. It answers so many of the questions I had about how, computers talk to each other, and how the internet as a whole works. So it's been a great experience doing these Cisco exams. I did fail my CCNA routing and switching once. I passed on the second time. CCNA Security failed twice, made it on the third time. So they're very hard tests. very technically focused, which is a little bit of a departure from like the CISSP, Security Plus, that kind of stuff, which are more managerial and just kind of getting to the foundations of security, just going an inch deep kind of. CCNA really delves into the networking side of things, and CCNA Security builds off of that, and you actually have to know the CCNA stuff before you go into security because it builds on top of it, although they are at the same associate level certifications. Overall, it's been a great experience. I think Cisco is doing a really great job of making sure that these tests are hard enough to make sure that it's not just somebody can just walk in with just basic knowledge and pass it. You really do got to know your stuff. You really do have to have read multiple books, and maybe even some of the Cisco white papers, which I did, especially like the ones on like the security appliances and like firewalls, next generation firewalls, that kind of stuff. So overall, it's been a good experience. I failed twice, but I think, if there's something good to be gained from it, is the knowledge that Cisco is protecting the certification pretty well. The barrier's pretty high for somebody to get into it. So we'll see where it goes. Personally, my two main motivations for doing this test was just personal knowledge and, of course, my school. I think I would have done the test anyways, even if I didn't have it as part of my school, just because I learned so much from it. And it was just stuff that I really wanted to know about. I'm really trying to delve into the technical side of security. And so, good job, Cisco. You failed me twice. You got about $900 of my money, and that's okay. No worries. I think it's a good investment. So, that's been my experience. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. I love talking about cybersecurity, about these tests, any kind of stuff. I love sharing knowledge, of course, which is why I'm doing this YouTube series. So hope you guys got a little bit of good information from this video. Like I said, if you're on that kind of a track and you want to know more about cybersecurity, about my school, about these certifications, all that kind of stuff, feel free to ask. I love to talk about it. I'd love to give you some pointers, some good information. And see you guys on the next video. Thanks for joining me.